The African Union Sports Council Region 5 is very happy to be meeting with our audiences wherever you are. You could be in Africa, it could be beyond, it could be in our region. Just to say welcome to the home of innovation and excellence. And this is where excellence is personified in a lot of our programs and activities. We are the leading home of innovation and excellence, and there's a region that houses 10 member states. We are the home to Angola, to Botswana, to Eswatini, to Lesotho, to Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, to South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. This is where activities speak and personify what excellence is supposed to be. And we are very glad to say, out of our menu of programs that are high level, the African Union Sports Council Region 5 Youth Games become one of our premier events that brings up to 3,000 young people together in an experience over 14 days where they are able to converge and excel in sport. 11 sport codes, up to over 11,000 TV spectators consecutively. Infrastructure development that speaks to what these governments of the 10 member countries speak about. The 9th edition of the Region 5 Youth Games in Maseru becomes a roadmap towards Paris 2024. In fact, the Paris 2024 Games is the road that takes us via Ghana 2023 in Accra. We will stop over in Malawi, Lilongwe in 2022 as we start the journey in Maseru in 2021 from the 3rd to the 12th of December 2021. This is where 11 sport codes will provide an experience to our young people. Already 2,017 athletes and officials have been entered into these games, and we expect a spectacle and memorable games edition in Lesotho in the sports of athletics, basketball, boxing, football, gymnastics, volleyball, tennis, swimming, taekwondo, netball, just to name but a few. And this is a sport course that present a launch pad for a lot of our young people. These are the games that have seen the likes of Nigel Amos in 2012 in Zambia being part of this experience. And Naomi Ruele from Botswana, the swimming sensation of Botswana, has been in the 2012 Region 5 Games and the 2014 Region 5 Games in Zimbabwe. We have had our a wonderful young athlete from Namibia, Christine Mboma, who just won a medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games. She was in the Botswana 2018 Games as part of the story that we speak as a region. This is why we speak of this region being the leading home of innovation and excellence. It is games that are speaking to a number of other elements. It is games that provide us with social outcomes contracts for our 10 member states. On the 14th of August 2001, our heads of state met in Lilongwe in Malawi, where they made a decision out of the SADC Protocol on Culture, Information and Sport, one of which was that the region has to organize periodic games. And our ministers then settled for under-20 youth games, which are held every 2 years in alphabetical order on a rotational basis in our member states. That is why we find ourselves in the 9th edition now in Lesotho, and the 10th edition will be in Malawi. Now, these games are not just about play. They are not just about competition. They are games that speak to the economy of sport. They speak to health. They speak to education. They speak to social transformation of our people. A lot of infrastructure development, on average, $34 million that is channeled towards infrastructure development. Today, when we go to Zambia, we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have got at NASDAQ, a tennis center and a netball complex that have been a result of these games. When we go to Zimbabwe, which hosted 2014, there is a whole heated swimming pool to complete with its warm-up pool. There's an athletics track. There's been upgrading of the change rooms and other infrastructure. But talk about roads, talk about connectivity in terms of internet, the fiber optic that has been connected to various of our cities as a result of these games. So there's been a lot of transformation and changing to people's lifestyles and also the standard of living, creating jobs, temporary and permanent jobs as a result of these games. Employment creation, which is part of what Agenda 2063 of our African Union speaks about. When we talk about transforming our young people through employment creation, these games have really spoken to that, and they continue to speak to that. When we talk social contract and we speak about transforming people's lives, these games have also addressed a number of other social aspects. When we talk about poverty alleviation, we now have athletes who are earning a living out of sport as a result of the Region 5 Games. And what more can we speak about if we are omitting the ecology of sport that addresses key issues that affect our people? These games also speak to health and safety of our people. As we speak, we are hosting games under the pandemic of COVID-19. And we really see the games speaking to transforming people's lives. It is influencing our people to get vaccinated so that they also are able to flatten the curve of infection in our various member countries. Also, we are bringing in bubbles that will ensure that our young people are protected all the time. And this is what sport is supposed to be. It's supposed to change their lifestyles. It's supposed to create hope to our young people. It's supposed to drive economies of our own countries. And this is what it is. The apparel industry, which has been quite thriving as a result of these games. Every 2 years, there is over $15 million that is transformed out of the merchandise that goes through the LOC, through the participating countries, and all the other merchandise that is associated with the games. The equipment and facilities industry that also provides support to the games. The transport industry, the oil industry from the fuel that is consumed, the food and beverages, the hospitality industry. This is what Region 5 Games are all about. Bringing a conglomerate of all these aspects of our industry and commerce to speak one thing about transforming this region into a leading home of innovation and excellence. Welcome once again to Region 5 Games. Let's see you in Maseru of our various platforms and our various social media platforms that you'll be seeing on the screen. We would want you to follow these social media platforms. We want you to follow our various channels that will be screening these games, live streaming and other broadcast facilities. And we hope that you'll be supporting the young people who are starting their careers, young people who are competing under very difficult conditions. They need your support. They need you to come on board, whether you are a corporate, whether you are a parent, whether you are a government department, and any other private sector player that is out there. This is a group of young people that requires you to walk the journey with them, so that when we speak about medals in Paris 2024, you would have been part of the journey. Don't you want to be part of that journey? The door is open right now. Let us join, let's have a conversation, and let's make lives different for our young people. Let's change lives and make this region indeed a leading home of innovation and excellence.